COVID edition. Yes, I have been home with the COVID all week and it's kicking my butt. So I apologize if I seem a little not myself, but not feeling great. So if you saw in the description, we are going to talk about a body that's been found. But first, let me say this. If you are just now joining me for the first time, welcome. This is Red True Crime. My name is Rebecca, and I talk about true crime cases. If you have been here before, welcome back. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. It's free, it costs nothing, and it gets the algorithm out there. And especially cases like this, when we have very limited information, it's good to get those stories out there so maybe somebody might know something and respond to the police accordingly. So with that all being put out there, let's get into it. So this is not going to be a very long one because I have very limited information. But yesterday at the Leonard Salvage Yard in Lexington, North Carolina, which is in Davidson County, human remains were found in a vehicle that was en route to be destroyed. One of the employees found it. Now, we don't know if it's male. We do not know if it's female. We do not know the condition of the remains, and how long they've been there. If it's, we don't know. We don't know anything. But it was found in North Carolina. They were found at the Leonard Salvage Yard in Lexington, North Carolina. And State Bureau of Investigation, Davidson County Sheriff, and police are investigating this discovery. So let me say this, and I'd be remiss not to bring this up. Marissa Carmichael has been missing since January 14th, 2024. We, to this day, still do not know where she is. No signs have been found of her. Not saying the remains are her, but I am saying that one of the people I have brought up multiple times, hello, in her case, the father of her youngest 4 children, Charles Lindsay, also known as Smoke, has ties to Lexington, North Carolina. Hello, everybody. He has ties. He's lived there. In fact, he was being prosecuted for misdemeanor child abuse in Davidson County. We are talking about a body that has been found in a car at a salvage yard. Hello, everyone. So I'm going to start again what I'm talking about. So yesterday at Leonard Salvage Yard in Lexington, North Carolina, everything's going okay. Anyway, salvage yard in Lexington, North Carolina, human remains was found in a vehicle that was set to be destroyed. Employee found them. State Bureau of Investigation is involved, and we also have the Davidson County Sheriff and Police Department also investigating. They have not stated if the remains are male or female. We don't know. And what I will say is one possible person, it could be, not saying it is this person, but it could be. Marissa Carmichael still has not been found, and she's been missing since January 14th, 2024. One of the people I've mentioned that I feel is involved in her disappearance is the father of her youngest 4 kids. She has a total of 5 children. The father of her youngest 4 kids, his name is Charles Lindsay, also known as Smoke, has lived in Lexington, North Carolina, was being prosecuted for misdemeanor child abuse in Davidson County, which is the county that Lexington, North Carolina is in. Oh, wow, we got people from Germany watching. Great, awesome. So, like I said, we have no idea where Marissa is. There's been no sign of her whatsoever for over a year. And I hate to throw him under the bus, but he is the one person who has the most reason to make her disappear. She was 16 years old when she got with him. He was, oh goodness, he's about 18 years older than her. So he's more suited for her mother than for her. So you got some grooming things and all that crap going on, but I digress. There's a history of domestic violence, DV, with him. Hello, everybody. And it is plausible to think he is involved. But there's no evidence to this. There is no evidence to this. Yes, some women do like older men, but that was like icky. She was 16, come on, But This man has ties to gangs, especially the Pyro gang. And when will there be details on the body? That I don't know. They just found the remains yesterday. They have not given out any further details as to really anything. So, what exactly happened? A human body has been found in a vehicle that was slated to be destroyed in a salvage yard at the Leonard Salvage Yard in Lexington, North Carolina, which is in Davidson County. They have everybody investigating. Davidson County's investigating, and the State Bureau of Investigation is also involved. They are trying to find out who this is. I'm bringing up a possibility of somebody who's been missing for over a year, where one of the people I feel that's involved in her disappearance. Oh, Shadow Reaper. Um, who's involved in her, who I think is involved in her disappearance, has ties to that area. So that's why I'm bringing him up. But again, he's got custody of the children now, and no one seems to be looking for Marissa anymore, which is very sad because we don't know what happened to her. And she was a very lovely, bubbly individual that probably just made some bad choices. Yes, there is a body, Luke. Definitely there's a body. Human remains. But they've not stated if it's male, female, what condition the body is in. They've not said anything. Mass murder ranch in Mexico. No, I've not heard about that. Yeah, I know. I have to take that down and iron that. Anyone got jailed? No, not in this case. So we are still waiting to find out more details on this, on the remains that was found. Anything that I don't know, Luke. I don't know if it's identifiable. They are very, very limited in the information they've given out. I will say this: we have got quite a few people missing from this area over the last, I don't know, 2 years. So this really could be anybody. All I'm going to say is throw out some prayers for the people that have people missing that are local, especially. And it's just awful. Hold your loved ones close. Say what you need to say, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Yeah, I see a pattern. I do. I personally do. It's not good, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of investigation as to why people are just disappearing. No, I do not work for the PD. I've always had an interest in crime. Yeah, like I said, am I in uniform? No, I am in regular clothes because I am battling COVID right now. I'm at home, but like I said before, we do not know who this person is that they have found. I don't want it to be somebody that I've talked about because that's just awful. But at the same time, closure needs to happen. And Marissa's been missing for 15 months and no word. Her children would like to know where their mother is. Her family would like to know where she is, her friends. I pray it's not her, but somebody in this area is about to get some closure once they discover who this is. Do I have any connection to the department? I know a few people. Since when are you interested in crime and when did you see an uprising? Okay. So I've always had an interest in crime, even since I was a kid, detective stories and whatnot. I've noticed the uptick of missing when Marissa went missing because that was the first case local that I really started investigating on my own. And I just noticed a lot of women have just disappeared. So, and we got a lot of teenagers too disappearing, and nobody is investigating that, which is very sad. I've talked about this at length. Greensboro PD seems to make the excuse that they are understaffed and underpaid, but you can only stick that for so long. But there you have it. Well, I'm gonna hop off here. I just want to do a brief little update on the remains that were found. And hmm, yeah, that's not smart. I tried to do that and almost got myself killed. Well, I I will say this. There's a lot of things going on here. How did that happen? How did what happen? Oh, so I was getting some tips on where to look for Marissa, and it turned out to be a setup for people wanting to take me out. Yeah, they tried to lure me out to a very isolated area. Hmm. Um, so it was scary. I thank God I had people with me because it was going to be a very bad situation, and that's all I'm going to get into that. But when you start talking about local cases like I do and saying things like your opinion, I mean, why would they do that? Because Marissa Carmichael specifically was involved in adult activities of the illegal nature. She ran with people who did adult activities of the massively illegal nature. And when you start talking about these things, they don't want you talking about these things and they want you to be quiet. And they will do that any way they can. My children got threatened. I got threatened. It it got pretty ugly. They try to dox my employer, my house. People are dumb, but it is what it is. But because there's not been any update in Marissa, I haven't talked about it as much. And you know, so I haven't been getting any threats. But I will say this, someone did send me some death threats on my phone. My husband is, and my husband passed away almost 3 years ago. And also said I need to be where Marissa is. So this person admitted on in a text that Marissa is dead. Now, whether it's true or not, that I don't know. Because until we find something, you have to operate under the assumption she is still alive out there. Personally, I don't think she is. I really don't think she is. And that breaks my heart to say that because she has 5 children that are waiting for her to come home. Oh, happy birthday, Belinda. Um, but she's got 5 children waiting for her to come home. Yeah, Luke, I agree with you. You're not the first person who has said that I'm onto something. And that's not the only case I've gotten hell about. There's been a few. But that one, that's the first one. That's the first one I dug in on. And people call me obsessed and crazy and lunatic and all that other stuff. And I'm like, okay. But I will say this, I don't just go and say things about nothing. I have, I'll be okay. Belinda, thank you. I have documents. I have things that I can put that I have put out there. I mean, I have other videos where I've done deep dives on this case and I've broken down everything. Um, I even have, unfortunately, someone sent me video of Marissa engaging in adult activities that I have not put out there because that's something I don't want her children to come across. Because I have said she did things of the adult nature outside of her normal job. Hello. And her family, her mom specifically came at me and said, "Oh, my daughter didn't sell anything but food." That's not true. I have her ads. I have a few things, but I'm not going to put that out there for public consumption simply because she has children. Her oldest daughter reached out and started yelling at me in chats and whatnot. Hello. And kid's 11 years old, was calling me every name in the book. And I felt bad, but at the same time, I'm not saying anything any different than anybody else has. And my only advice is if that child is watching this live right now, and I've said this on Facebook too, if you're watching this, hello everybody, then come talk to me when you're an adult. You're 11. Come talk to me when you're an adult, and we will have that conversation. Right. I know, I understand that, but it's what on earth? Did I miss something? Okay. Anyway, um, yeah. Like I said, I pray to God that it's not Marissa, but at the same time, it would be nice for that family to get some closure, especially those kids. And I hope anybody who sees this, thank you, Bubbles. Um, if anybody sees this and has any information regarding those remains in that vehicle at Leonard Salvage in Lexington, North Carolina, reach out to me, reach out to the State Bureau of Investigation for North Carolina, or even Davidson County Police. I highly push that because somebody's case has got to get closed here. I mean, and she's not the only one missing. There's quite a few others. I couldn't even tell you how many people are actually missing right now. It's insane. No, I am not from Scotland. I am from North Carolina. Actually, I'm from Ohio. Let's be real. I've only been living here for like the last 11 years. I am actually from Cincinnati, Ohio, born and raised. So, but I am from there. Okay, everybody. So I'm going to hop off here. I will be back later with a P. Diddy court case update. There's so much. I've been wanting to do it all week. And hello. And I've been sick and I was having tech issues last night. So I will be back later to do a court case update, let you guys know what's been said, my take on some things. And but I'll be back. So be weird, be rude, be safe, as I always say. Please be careful, keep your head on a swivel, and hold your loved ones close. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. When will I do it? Next live? Yeah, my very next live, it'll probably be in a couple hours. But just keep an eye out. If you subscribe, hit the little bell thingy bobber, and it'll let you know when I'm live. Oh, thank you, Luke. So, and also, if those of you who are watching, if you've not subscribed, please do so, because this helps get the information out to everybody else who may not even know I even do this, and I might have something that they might be interested in. So, goodbye, everybody. I'll be back in a couple hours, and be safe.